Well, we'll get to the Lions a little later. The injuries are just piling up. I am terrified about Sunday's game, but we'll talk about it. Right now, we're having a family meeting. And I'll just reset it like this. I was working on both of the podcasts last night. I like to have football on. I like to have a football show. And even if, I don't know, as background noise, you pick up a stat or you pick up a trend or something, it's better than not having the TV on. So I watched the CBS show called Inside College Football. And I mean, I got no problem. You can firebomb MSU and be like, they suck. Oh, but then it was, hey, bro, you need to give some of that money back, Tuck. And I go, we're really doing this again, huh? And it's everywhere. I mean, when the Associated Press writes an article with a headline that is like, what? I go, all right, why don't we just have this conversation? Because you don't write something like that if you don't have more to say, but you're just too chicken bleep to say it. So why don't we cut the fat and say it? What should MSU fans' concern be with Mel Tucker? Now, if you're a Spartan fan, you can come to your own conclusion. But if you don't like Michigan State, I want to hear from you. You clearly have things you want to say, so say it. Now, I'm open about it. I'm a 3. It's a year after he signed the deal. I'm a 3 because the defense is wretched. He doesn't fire Scotty Hazelton, I'm quickly escalating to a 5. But I do think there'll be a change. I know he's bringing better players to the program. I know it's a rebuild. Last year was a complete mirage, which we enjoyed. That's why mirages are fun. But
is that why? I never knew.
I don't know. I just assume that's why they're fun, because it takes you out of your current state of misery.
I'm at a 2 because I don't like where it's at right now, but I see where he's trying to go. I see the people that are coming in here, and yeah, I mean, I like how he's trying to just rebrand everything about the program. I get it. Now, your credibility takes a major hit if you keep your defensive coordinator, because I don't think he sees the problem, and that's the problem to me, is listening to Scotty Hazelton. We're inches.
That was painful.
We're close. It's bang, bang plays. It's like,
I think it's going to get to a point.
What are you talking about?
I still think there's a point he gets fired during the season.
I do, too. I think that probably looking after homecoming right before the bye week. And if not, the second wave probably hits around Thanksgiving.
Touchdown, Ohio State. All right, so look, let's have the conversation, because what I'm tired of, like, I'll say it to you again. People want to focus on the contract, focus on it. I don't care, but you're doing it wrong. It's not like the school ponied up the money. 2 billionaires did. I don't care. Oh, well, that's a bad investment. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Year 1 of the investment, he won 11 games. And he did something that Harbaugh couldn't do in his first 5 years. Beat his primary rival, right? I know the next year is going to be rough. It's a rebuilding job. 55 MSU players transferred, 5 landed at Power 5 schools. 5. Mark D'Antonio was recruiting sawdust. So look, you think he sucks? You think he's a bum in Jordans? You think he's a finesse king? These are all the things that I've heard him called? Okay, so say it. Tell me I should be at a level 10. Tell me I should be at a level 8. I'm telling you I'm at a 3. And that 3 goes back to a 1, provided they make the appropriate changes on the defensive staff. So you want to have let's do this.
Yeah.
Because what I'm tired of, everybody goes out, they look in the camera, make a pot shot about his contract. Where was the commentary on Manny Diaz's deal, $85 million, when he got skull-dragged by Middle Tennessee State this weekend?
Didn't see it.
Where's the contract about Jimbo Fisher, who hasn't won a damn thing since 2013?
No, Manny Diaz, they said, well, Miami doesn't put the contract numbers out. Bull crap. Everybody knows how much Manny Diaz made.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, I just think it's hilarious. And I think certain people have reasons that are, I don't know, whatever. And I think other people have another reason they just don't want to say.
All right, well, it'll make you seem like you're a bad person.
We'll leave that alone.
That,
David, you're a Michigan fan.
As the drop goes, look who's leaving.
Take it easy. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, my level would be a 1 or a 2. I'm just not concerned. This is year 2 in my mind. He has to get his recruiting class in there. He has to fully be able to get his guys into the program. And I think, he'll get a chance to shape things. If he fires certain individuals on his staff.
Oh, it's not an if. He has to.
because it's not working right now.
It wasn't working last year.
And it's just, yeah, I mean, because you came out and you've made fun of it. You've called yourself a horse bleep coach. You said, well, I was dead ass last and can't get any worse than that. And then it's like, okay, the yucks have played out now. You're about to lose all your goodwill, all that people have invested in you. They're going to be like, no, sorry. Because here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to have the people who are kicking in that little extra cherry on top of your salary to place that phone call. What are we doing here, Mel? I mean, why aren't you winning games? Like David said, I see what he has coming down the pipe, but right now, yeah, you can't unless somehow miraculously, Mike, they pull their stuff together and they start winning games. I don't see how Hazelton makes it after this season.
And unfortunately, I don't see
and that
any
includes,
evidence of that.
Right, I'm saying all of a sudden he upsets Ohio State, and I guess we all got to shut up.
No. We're all set
No, I
there.
said if that happens, we all got to shut up and be like, well, maybe we just didn't know what we were talking about.
I'd be happy if he beat Rutgers at this point. Tim's in Southgate. What's up, Tim?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Timothy.
I am a Michigan fan, true blue, and love your show because you guys irritate me so much with all the Spartan talk, and you guys do a really good job of making Michigan fans really mad. And I'm loving this conversation because I want Michigan State to go 0-12, and I was laughing Saturday, and I was laughing last week. Well, let me tell you something. If I was a Spartan fan, and I want to talk about the contract when I'm done with my point about
take your time, dude. You're good.
Concern. My level of concern, if I was a Spartan fan, is a 1. Seriously, a 1. As a Michigan fan, my concern for Tucker becoming good is a 5 or a 6, and that's based on his pedigree, his previous coaching record, and surface fans will be like, well, he was 5-7 at Colorado. Yeah, but did you realize he had the 5th best defense as he was the coordinator of Cleveland Browns? He was at the 4th best defense when he was with the Jaguars. I mean, do people understand his history? So when he gets his players in and he coaches them up, not even next year, I'm talking about 2 years from now, the Michigan State's recruiting class is getting good, is getting better and better. Michigan's is slipping. My concern as a Michigan fan is a 6 or a 7. If I was a Spartan fan, relax, everybody. Just chill out. It'll be fine. Unfortunately for me, it'll be fine. You know, I don't want you guys to succeed, but it's going to be good for you guys.
No,
anyway,
but you shouldn't. I mean, Tim, that's the thing. I take no.
I got mad respect for you, Tim.
I have no umbrage to it, Tim, because I'd be laughing too. I have no issue.
It's great.
My whole point is it takes time because last year was never real. It was fun. It was real that it happened.
There's a lot of lightning in the bottle.
You essentially landed Barry Sanders in the portal.
Well, no. But here's the other thing that they won 11 games and they still had a horrible defense. But somehow they managed to just outscore people.
Going to turn it around. Let me talk about the contract real quick, okay?
Sure.
As a fan, I don't care what anybody makes, any player or any coach, only if it impacts my roster. Meaning, like, if you're the Lakers, they have 3 high-priced guys, and I can't sign anybody. So I don't really care what he makes. Who cares what he makes? It doesn't matter if he's paid $9.5 million. Let me tell you why, because you guys just won't say it. Certain people in the population are uncomfortable with the coach who has the bravado, like he's going to lean on Lamborghinis, he's going to smoke the cigar, he has a cut coming. And let's just call it what it is. A lot of people are uncomfortable. I don't even want to have to say it because you guys know what I'm talking about.
Tim, why don't you just come out and say it? There's a lot of closet racists who are uncomfortable with a black coach making $9.5 million. There, I said it.
A black coach, exactly. If people are uncomfortable that he's a black coach making all that money, leaning on Lamborghinis, smoking cigars, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, whether they want to admit it or not, and that's why they bring up the contract. But I'm a Michigan fan. I hope you guys lose every game this year, and that's all I got.
Hey, Tim, don't worry. We're well on our way. Well, I'm sure it'll be underneath the Christmas tree, 4-8. No, I mean, again, I'm not accusing a majority of people, but, like, if you don't think there's undertones in college football, you don't pay attention.
No, but it was just what Tim said. It was the whole image thing. Like, why can't you be, more like D'Antonio and quiet and just be respectful and just be happy that you have this position? Why do you got to smoke the cigars and have the dogs and the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and the G-Wagons?
Do I wish there'd be less of it? Of course I do. However, I understand why he's doing it.
There's a reason for that.
The reason is we're not Notre Dame, we're not Michigan, we're not Ohio State. I continue to say this. The most convenient thing for those schools is for us to go away. Yeah. We're an uninvited guest.
Notre Dame rolls out the gold helmets. Touchdown, right. Jesus.
But my point is, if you want to gain any oxygen in the room, Mark proved it's not enough to win. Mm-hmm. You have to win, and now with this new NIL world, with this new, everything feels different. You can't
it's a circus.
You have to partake in the circus.
Mike, the fact that Texas spent almost $300,000 on the Manning.
Arch
Manning. $300,000. And it was like a breakdown of, know, tomahawk steaks and all types of stuff that they bought in. And, yeah, there's a reason you have to up the ante. So that's why they went out and rented the cars and had them out there and doing the stuff. Because if, like, Alabama simply says, hey, you like winning, here's some rings. Go ahead and try those rings on. You like that, you can have your own. Come to Alabama. Even Michigan and Ohio State, hey, here's the Buckeye helmet. Here's the winged helmet. You want to come here. Tradition. State doesn't have that. So they have to participate in the circus. They have to go out there and kind of show people, hey, try something new. Come here. Give us a shot.
Go to Brad in Northville, 97.1. What's up, Brad?
Hey, guys. I love your show. Rico, you teach my kid every Monday at LTU. Tons of respect. Couple things real quick. What will the narrative be if they were to run the table or only lose one game? And secondly, to the gentleman who said compare him to Harbaugh, Harbaugh had a full cupboard. He could have cooked a gourmet meal with what he had in the cupboard. And we had a guy who had rice and Taco Bell sauce.
I've always said it. There's as bad as Brady Hoke was, he left a lot of NFL talent here for Jim to work with. And it still took Jim time to get this thing where he needed to get it. But, again, if Tuck goes out and loses the next 3 or 4 to Michigan, you think I won't launch him out of a cannon, then you don't know me. Jim was allowed to come here and basically accomplish none of what he was hired to do. And he lost a couple games against some hideous teams, including us. So, yeah, Brad, like, I'm with you. I don't think that's going to take place. I don't think MSU is going to turn it around this year. They're not good.
We're 2.5 years away, and my concern level is a 2.5 to a 3. Do I not like Hazleton? I don't. Do I think the cupboard's bare? Rico, you said it the other day. Our depth is horrendous. When our good guys go down, next man up is like a 2-star or a walk-on.
Yeah, Brad, you see the difference in, I don't know, Ohio State without Smith and Njigba. You don't even know he's not playing because they're able to bring Marvin Harrison Jr. and everybody else up. And it's like, oh, yeah, he did get hurt 10 minutes into that Notre Dame game. That's when you have depth that you don't – there's no immediate fall off. State, when they lose a player, it goes from a 10 to about a 3.
Absolutely. I was in a restaurant the other day. I walked in when I think Noah Kim threw the touchdown with the last play, and I heard an older gentleman with a Michigan jersey on start clapping, saying they're going to give him another $1 million. I did everything within my strength to not turn around.
You know what's funny?
And
that same trash bag wearing the jersey would have been the first to call MSU little bro if they didn't pony up the money.
Mm-hmm.
You're darn right.
No, I mean, it's just that's the laugher of it. But that's the idiocy of college football fan, whether it's a Bama fan, a Longhorn fan, a Wolverine fan, and sometimes Spartan fans. You create arguments you can't lose. You put yourself in a position where you get to beat up on the rival regardless. Mm-hmm. So I don't value it. Like, I love guys who don't even know how the contract works and they don't have a pot to bleep in bitching about the money.
Right.
Do me a favor. Put another boneless wing in your mouth and sit down.
Right. Because in the event that they had to pay him, Michigan State owes him half that contract.
Oh, Michigan State is not for real. They let him go to LSU. And it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, go get the Western coach because you guys, that's about all you can afford.